I want to talk about the new rolling option feature that Robinhood recently launched last week. I believe it was last Thursday. This will allow us to properly roll our option now. And so I want to show you guys how to use this feature. So remember, before you ever enter any options trade, please make sure you know how to close it. I'll pin a video in the comments section below where I show you guys how to close out of any options trade. So let's first start with by talking about our goal here today. So our goal here today is to learn how to roll our options. And why do we want to roll our options? There's actually 3 different reasons why you'd want to roll an option. First reason is you really like the current position that you're in. You like the strategy that you're using, but expiration date for that option is potentially coming up and you don't want it to expire. You want to continue to hold that position. That's the first reason you'd want to use this. Second reason, and I think the most important reason, the reason people use this the most, is to save yourself from a bad trade and from potentially losing money. Lastly, the third reason is basically, potentially, your view of how the stock will perform has changed. Maybe you believe the stock will actually go higher than you first thought it would. Or maybe you think the stock will actually drop more than you originally thought it would, right? So those are the 3 different reasons why you'd want to roll an option. Now, you can do this with both buying options and selling options. You can roll, buying options or selling options. However, I'm going to be showing you here how to roll over selling options here, right? But again, you can do this with buying options as well. And basically, there's 3 different types of rolling. And I'm going to go through each different type, show you guys an example of each type here. So right now, I'm on ticker symbol MSFT, Microsoft. The reason I'm using Microsoft here is because I actually am selling a put right now on it. And I'm actually currently up a little bit on this put that I sold. So first things first here, the first type of rolling. Let's say I think Microsoft will actually go lower than $290. Because remember, I sold this put, the $290 strike. Basically, I want it to stay above $290 so that this expires worthless. But let's pretend that now I believe it's actually going to go lower, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to roll down my option. So this is the first type of rolling that I'm going to talk about, rolling down my option. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on the option here. And then on the right here, you should now see a new button that wasn't there before. And it should say roll this position. So we're going to go ahead and click on that button here. And so let's quickly take a look here at what this is showing me here. So if we take a look here, over here to the right, notice that it already has kind of an item here already. So notice what this is saying. Buy to close, 1 buy to close, current position. So basically what it's doing here already is it's going to go ahead and close the current put that I'm selling at the $290 strike, right? It's going to go ahead and close that for me. But now, since I'm rolling down my option, I need to choose another option over here to the left. And notice that you can't click buy, sell, put, call. It shows you the correct options that you're going to need to actually roll this properly, which is kind of nice here. Now, I actually want to stay on the same expiration date here as the current option that I'm in. So January 21st here. So again, I'm going to roll down my option here first. The reason I'm going to do this here is because let's pretend I believe Microsoft will actually go lower than $290, which is the strike that I chose for the put that I sold here. So now let's say that I believe Microsoft might actually go down all the way to $280. So what I want to do here is I want to find the option with the $280 strike, which is right here. And I'm going to go ahead and click on it right here. So now take a look here. New position is going to be put at the $280 strike, same expiration, 1 sell to open. So now I'm going to be selling to open this new position. So I'm buying to close this current position. Now I'm selling to open a new position with a lower strike. So that's why this is called rolling down my option. And so basically now Microsoft can drop even more, all the way to $280, and I'll be okay here. Now remember, for selling this put here, my current position, I got $100. Now for this new position, I have to pay $47. So 100 minus 47 is $53. What that means is that if this expires worthless, I'll leave with a $53 profit. That's my max profit now. So again, that's rolling down my option. One scenario where you'd want to do that, like I showed you guys here, is if I believe the stock might actually drop even more. Now let's go back here to Microsoft, and let's go back to our option here. So let's talk about the second type of rolling. So now let's say that instead of thinking that Microsoft might go even lower than 290, let's say I think it will actually be higher than 290 by our expiration. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to roll up my option here. So again, I clicked on the option. I want to click on roll this position here. And again, it's going to be closing my current position. And I want to choose the same expiration date here. So January 21st. But now again, let's say I actually think it's going to be higher than 290 by this expiration. Let's say I believe Microsoft actually going to be above 295 now by my expiration here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to go ahead and click on that. So if I think it's going to be above 295 now, I can go ahead and click on this. And again, it's closing my current position. It's opening a new position with a higher strike, hence rolling up my option here. And as you can see, for doing this, I'm getting $81. And again, remember, when I originally sold this put, my current position, I got $100. Now for this new position, I'm getting another $81, meaning my max profit here, the most I can make now is $181 by doing this, right? And if that would be if this expires worthless. So again, a scenario where you would want to do this is if you now believe the stock might actually be higher on the expiration date. The share price might be higher. And again, this is rolling up my option. So I showed you guys rolling down an option. I showed you guys rolling up an option. Now there's one more type of rolling. But before going any further, guys, I'd like to introduce today's sponsor, BlockFi. BlockFi allows you to buy, sell, and trade a variety of crypto assets at competitive prices and store them in one convenient place. And by using my link in the description below, you can get up to $250 in Bitcoin. Keep in mind that your crypto can actually earn up to 8.25% APY in crypto with the BlockFi interest account. And BlockFi also offers the world's first Bitcoin rewards credit card, where you can get up to 1.5% back in Bitcoin on every purchase. So definitely go ahead and check out BlockFi, guys. Again, I'll put a link to them in the description below. So let's finally take a look here at the last type of rolling, which is probably the most popular type of rolling. So let's go back here. Again, we'll go into our option. We'll go into roll this position here. And again, same thing. It's going to be closing our current position. But now, let's say that I'm down. Actually, I'm not going to use Microsoft. Let's use Facebook here for this one. And I want to use Facebook here because I'm also selling a put on Facebook, and I'm actually currently down on this one. So actually, I'm going to go into here again, and then I'm going to go into roll this position. So notice that I'm down $66 right now on this put that I'm selling. Let's say today was the expiration date for this put here, right? And let's say I didn't want to let it expire, because if I let it expire or if I closed out of it, I'm going to be losing $66. So what I can do here is I can actually roll out my option. Not roll up, not roll down, roll out my option. Basically what that means is we're going to choose an option with the same strike that I'm using here, but with a further out expiration. So I'm going to go over to roll this position here. As you can see right here, it's buying to close this the current put that I'm selling. Remember, I was down $66. So if I just closed out of this, I'd lose $66. So what I can do instead is I can roll this out by going to a further out expiration. So for example, January 28th, and I would choose the same strike price, which would be the 305 strike. That's the strike of the current put I'm selling. And I would click on here. And so as you can see, it's buying to close my current position, but at the same time, it's selling to open a new position further out expiration, but same strike. And so basically, we're still going to get a credit here. We're not risking any more money, and we're giving the stock more time to move up above that strike, which is nice, right? So you can go out even further, right? You could go out to, February if you want. But basically, we're still going to get a credit here. There's no more, there's no extra risk involved, and we're giving the stock more time to move back up above our price. So we're still going to enter this for a credit now of $228 rather than if I just closed my current position, I'd lose $66. Now I have the chance to potentially make $228 here if Facebook goes back above 305, which it is above 305, but let's just pretend it's not. So ultimately, this would be rolling out your position here, right? Again, you'd want to do this, for example, if you're down in an option, today is the expiration for that, and you don't want to close out at a loss, you would go ahead and roll it out to a new expiration. Should still be entering for a credit here, so that again, we're not risking any more money here, and we're giving the stock more time to potentially move in the direction that we want them to move. Now, keep in mind that you can combine these three different types of rolling, right? So for example here, I could roll out, so go to a new expiration date, but also roll down, for example. So for example, I could roll down to the 295 strike. If I did this, now I'm still getting a credit. The most I can make here is $27. And now Facebook only needs to be above 295 here for me to be good and not lose any money and make $27. So here I'm rolling out and I'm also rolling down. So you can combine these different types of rolling, right? It's not like you can only roll up or only roll down or only roll out. You can combine these different types. Again, here I'm rolling out and I'm also rolling down. So I'm new expiration and I'm also going down and strike here. Ultimately still getting a credit, so I'm not losing any money here if this expires worthless. And now Facebook can drop even more here and I'll still be okay. So anyways, this is the new rolling option feature that Robinhood recently launched. I wanted to show you guys how to properly use this. If you guys have any questions about anything I just talked about, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. Check out the Discord, link to it in the description below. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time.